has the power.
Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today, yes, I am irritated. So, the reason I'm irritated is I saw this auction online, and here it is right here, and it shows He-Man versus Skeletor, and it looks really cool at first. In fact, He-Man even has the double jointed knees. Look at Skeletor's ball on top of his battle axe. It just looks really cool, really crystal-like. Look at He-Man's face on here. So when I first saw this, I thought this is a custom. I thought, hey, someone made a really cool custom. I'm going to check this out because it looks pretty cool with the double jointed knees and the new face, and it has, you know, great paint apps, but it does have a lot of classic vibe to it. Now, it does say classics in the title, but, you know, all I see is a thumbnail at first when I pull this up, and I'm like, let's check it out and see what we got going here. So first of all, $200 to these two custom figures, which is not too much to spend for these custom figures. But then I click the next picture, the very next picture, and realize they're not custom figures. They're just a regular He-Man and a mixed Skeletor, not even a full Skeletor complete the normal way. It has the Filmation head. It doesn't have his sword that he's supposed to come with normally. It doesn't have his Havoc staff. And He-Man and both Skeletor are missing their half swords. So it's not even well, one, it's not the custom, but two, it's not even complete ones. For $200, we're looking at a lot of money. In fact, I went on eBay just to see some prices to make sure I'm not crazy. And here's your classics He-Man, and of course his comes up first. It's like, what? And he's got like 38 people who are liked it, and one person has it in their cart. And it's like, dudes, if you only knew. Like, here's a He-Man right here, and it's buy it now for $67.50. Shipping's $10. So you're looking at, you know, 70, 80 bucks after taxes, which is close to the 100 price point. But, you know, it's loose as well. Here's one mint in the package still for 118. Here's one 110 free delivery mint in the package. And this is by Rye Guy 227, who is known for having his prices on the higher end. So you can buy one in the package for $10 more than what this guy is selling it for. But let's go back to the Skeletor on top of it. Even the Skeletor he has. Let's see here. Skeletor. It's really, look at that. Even with the Skeletor, this comes up first again. No. Here you can buy one for $124. Now this one's a little bit more because it's the one with the rare open hand on this side. That's why it's so much more. That's why. But here's one right here, comparable to his. 79's a little bit high, so yeah, I suppose. And here's, now of course if you get the Super 7 ones, they're always more expensive, so that makes sense. But here's one, 45 bucks. Havoc staff, sword. Let's see what he looks like. Let's check out and see which head he has on there. He doesn't have the toothless head, so this is a pretty good one. And it's got the open-toed feet, so probably... Ooh, it's first release. Wait, is it? No, it's not. This is the second release, I believe. The hand is not open. It's hard to tell in this photograph. And so that price of $200 is just crazy for how much he's asking for. Yeah, crazy. I'm gonna go back to his auctions for a minute, and you can see here, like I said, 38 people are liking it, and one person has it in their cart. Whoever that is, please don't buy it. $200 is a lot, and it's just, ooh, it burns you. I actually emailed the guy and said, why are you using AI pictures in your auctions? When you have the real parts, take pictures. Now I can see using AI for a backdrop, like you have the castle back there, I mean, explosions or something else. Then you have the pictures of the real figures up front, not AI generated pictures of the figures. So I went and looked at this guy's other items, and as I looked at him, I noticed he had this for all of his auctions, or the majority of them. It's like, what? So let's take a look at this one right here, the commemorative one. And let's see what we have going on here. And sure enough, this definitely is AI generated. You can see his face right there. Now, he might have had a real picture to start with and said, use this to create this auction picture. But this is not the He-Man you're getting. Look at the fingers. Look at the wrist cuff here. The wrist cuff there. The face here. Yeah, this is crazy. And of course, if you go to the real picture, you can see how much different the head looks and the wrist cuffs. That they probably use this picture to ask AI to generate it. All right. So annoying. I don't mind if you was to use this to generate the background and then put his picture on top of it. That would be fine. But what's bugging me, it's 175. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 2000X commemorative He-Man and just see what they go for normally on the market here. Let's see. He has it all in caps. Okay. And you know what? I'll just get rid of the 2000 in front of it. We just need He-Man commemorative. Of course, his comes up first again. He's probably paying to get that up first, I'm guessing. But here we go. 175. Here's one right here. 98 bucks. It's like almost half the price. Here's He-Man and Skeletor commemorative for only $10 more with free shipping. Now, he has free shipping too. Here's one here for 125, a little on the higher side. Here's one here for 140 buy it now with an auction for 100. So it's just so crazy that he's upping his price $400. What in the world is this guy smoking? Ugh. All right, so now we looked at some of his other auctions that he has, and even Faker looks really weird looking too. So you can tell it's AI generated as well. Dude, stop. Malaysia head, hard head, and you can see he's even got a nose that's been rubbed off. Did the AI pick that up? No. See? I mean, so if you're searching for something and you said, I want a Malaysia head He-Man, and you go, oh, this looks like it's in really good shape, and you put it as one of your saved things in your auction and come back and look later, you might end up bidding on this, not going back and realizing that the nose was worn off on the tip right there. That's such a pain to try to paint match that too later on to get it just right. Annoying, annoying, annoying. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at his completed items just because I want to know. I want to know. So let's back the train up on this so I can't back it up. And we will search for him. And let's see. Now, I've seen these guys' auctions before. He usually does go on the high side quite often out for his prices. And maybe he's found that using the AI pictures up to sales. But you got to think it's got to mess with customer satisfaction. So I don't get if he's really getting out of it what he wants. Okay, so now price located. Here we go. Sellers. Burp. And then we want completed items. There we go. Let's search it up. No, I can't do it that way. Okay, so now let's come down here to completed items. How could he not have any completed items? Has he really not sold anything? Okay, well, since that's not working, let's look at his feedback. It's always a fun thing to do. Now, he's got 11,000 feedback, so I'm sure he sold stuff. And, oops. And let's see here. He joined in 2003. But these things here may not have been using the AI pictures then. See all feedback. There we go. That's what I want. Classic view. There we go. Well, he's had 4 neutrals and 1 negative. Let's look at the negative first, because that's the most fun to look at. Scammer. There was no mention in the description of any parts missing. I've been stuffed upside down, back in its box. Left arm detached. Weapon's gone. Okay, well, that's just one bad feedback. Let's take a look at his neutral. Why would someone give neutral feedback and say it's arrived, path complete, described, and a happy camper customer? Dude, please don't buy from me. Here we go. 1989 Mr. Free, not an 84 as advertised, which is what I wanted. And again, if you're using AI, if you're just scanning in He-Man, I mean, we have classics, we have the 80s, we have commemorative, we have, and the AI picture might look like something else than what you actually think you're buying. Wrong item. Happy to receive item. That's so crazy. Why would someone give neutral feedback for happy? That's so weird. Anyway, so what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think of this? Do you think it's okay? I seriously doubt any of you do, to use AI pictures in your auctions. And if you do see this, please reach out to the sellers and say, this is unacceptable. That's what I did. I let them know, don't do this, man. This is a really bad idea for a number of reasons. One, when you put your items and you save them in your list to go back and look at later, all you see is the main picture. You don't see all the sub pictures underneath. And so this is the picture I'd see if I save this in my favorites to come back and look at it later. And then I find out, oh, you know, it's in my watch list. It's not the figures I thought it was. So it's kind of frustrating. Even like that He-Man or Faker with the nose wiped off. You might think, oh, this is a good one. I can see in the picture in this small little thumbnail that the nose is not cleaned off on it. I don't know. It just frustrates me. Anyway, that is my complaint for today. So, like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Thanks for joining me.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.